Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Trev back again here to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about The Walking Dead. So I haven't done too many Walking Dead videos lately, and I want to let you guys know I'm not stopping with Walking Dead videos. It's just got a lot of stuff going on, a lot of stuff I like to do, and I like to just do whatever I feel like doing at a time. So right now, I feel like doing a Walking Dead video since I haven't done one for a little while. So in this video, we're going to be talking about, this will be a discussion one, what characters from The Walking Dead could be successful in their own spin-off series. So in other words, if let's say The Walking Dead in 10 years or 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 seasons eventually ends and Rick Grimes dies, what characters could justify having their own show afterwards, like The Walking Dead 2 or something, or possibly their own comic book and this kind of stuff. So which characters could and which characters couldn't. I think right off the bat, the first character you have to see as being probably the best character for a spin-off has to be Carl. Has to be Carl. I mean, Carl, I think, is just destined at some point in the TV show, if it goes on long enough, definitely in the comic book, to take over after Rick dies. When Rick dies, I really feel like Carl will fill his shoes and become the protagonist of the series eventually, at some point. You know, obviously he's got to get older. He's a little young at the moment, but, 5 or 10 years, if the show's still on, he can do it. Or in the comic book, maybe another 10 years, 5, 10 years, if Rick dies, we could see Carl maybe be in his late teens, that kind of stuff. And I mean, he's pretty much ready as it is now. He's had practice driving. He's a good shot. Obviously, he got a headshot on Shane in the TV show, and he's just very well prepared, and he has hardly any empathy for other human beings, which is a good thing, and he's smart too. So Carl could definitely pull off a Walking Dead spinoff, and I would actually love to see it. I think that would be very cool to see, and I think eventually in the comic book for sure, because we don't know how long the TV show is going to last, but for sure in the comic book eventually I would like to see Carl take over as the main character, the protagonist. I think that would be interesting to see. So definitely Carl is number one, could definitely justify his own series by himself, form his own group, that kind of stuff, and survive and do very well, I think. After that, the next one that comes to mind, I think, is Michonne. Michonne, I think, definitely, and they've already had a couple little spin-off comic book, sort of like introductions, prequels for Michonne. She is a survivor. When it comes to the comic book, I'd have to say she's probably the number one best survivor of anybody. When it comes to the TV show, Daryl is probably the best survivor, but Michonne, could easily take that spot when we get to know her a little bit better in season 2. So yeah, Michonne is definitely a survivor, no question about that. Who else we got? Daryl, of course. I think that Michonne could be good in her own series, and I think Daryl could be too. I think Daryl having a spin-off series could be very interesting. Obviously, Norman Reedus is a great actor, and people love him. So I'm sure that he could, man another show on his own and be independent aside from their group, and people would still like to watch it. Maybe form his own group and be his own leader. Although he kind of seems to me as more of a loner and not really as much of a leader, but he's the type of guy that I'm sure he could probably do it if he really set his mind to it. Who else we got? Lori, no. Definitely not. Shane's dead, but I think maybe he could have done all right on a spinoff, but oh well. I think I'd like to see a spinoff of what happened when Rick was in a coma. I think that would be cool, and see, specifically in a spinoff, what happened to Lori and Shane and the rest of the characters right after he went into a coma from the time he comes back. I think that would be kind of cool to see, either in a comic book or in the a spin-off series. So that'd be kind of neat to see. Who else we got? Andrea. I guess Andrea could do her own spin-off series, and it'd be decent. I think people would enjoy that. Who else is there? T-Dog, no. Definitely not. Dale's dead, so no. Obviously not. The Governor. The Governor, a character from the comic books, be in season 3. He definitely could justify his own spin-off series, I think, even though he's an evil character, though, so that's kind of weird to have a protagonist be the evil character. And him just, again, be just like a prelude to what happens, a prequel to what happens in, the actual show when we get to see him. Other than that, maybe some new characters coming on later. Could be anybody else from the main group I can think of that could justify their own show. No, I don't think so. So I think that's pretty much it. Which characters could justify their own spin-off series? Definitely Carl, definitely Michonne, definitely Daryl. Who else? Andrea maybe, and maybe a couple other characters. But I think those ones are the main ones, and everybody else pretty much can't really justify their own spin-off show. So that's it for this video, guys. See you for the next one. Later. Peace.